This is a review and comparison video of the 8 Dukes of Hazzard action figures made by Mego. This is Cousin Bo Duke. There's 2 different versions of this. This is Cousin Bo Duke. There's 2 different versions of his head. The one on the left is slightly bigger, and there are 2 different hairstyles. Also, the back of the cards are slightly different too. The card on the left mentions all 8 characters, when the one on the right does not. Next up is Cousin Luke Duke. I read online that there's 2 different versions of his head. I looked at both of mine and they're both identical. Next up is Daisy Duke. There's 2 different versions of her head, and I've got both of them. If you notice, the version on the left, her hair is covering her shoulders, and her smile is also painted on. Both of the cards are the same. Next up is Uncle Jesse. I looked over the other version that I have and they're both identical. All 8 names are mentioned on the back of this card. Next up, we've got Cooter Davenport. I've looked at both of my versions and they're identical. All 8 names are mentioned on the back of his card. I have 2 different versions of Sheriff Rosco Coltrane. Both of these figures include a loose hat, and he's got 2 different right arms. The one on the left looks like he's, well, you know. And these are 2 different cards here too. The card on the right's got all 8 names on it, which leads me to believe that this one is the older one of the 2, because the other characters might have been an afterthought. Next up is 2 different versions of Cletus. Just like Rosco Coltrane, this Cletus has the jack-off hand, and this one does not. The cards are identical on these 2. And last but not least, Boss Hogg. I've got 2 of these figures, but they both appear to be identical. Holding a cigar. He also comes with a loose hat, just like Rosco. The back of his card also mentions all 8 characters.